Hello, hello. Hi, hi. This is Seema here. I want to ask Anil sir and Aditya, was a lot of imagination needed to play these parts? Because as Anil sir, you said that you couldn't have met a character like this in real life to prep up, and Aditya, you too. So besides a good script, also a lot of imagination went into it. Anil sir and Aditya, can you please answer?
Yeah, I think with every role you try and I mean, imagination is always required to kind of push yourself to see what is possible. I mean, part of the joy of acting is kind of the preparation. For me, I love the prep that goes into everything um, to kind of figure out beforehand what the possibilities are. So yeah, I think. Anil sir, you had a larger leap of imagination because I think arms dealers don't roam around Bandra Juhu area that often. But but I was lucky enough to find a night manager that I could shadow for a while, understand that headspace a bit. My dad was in the army years ago. I picked his brain about what that life is like, and somehow over the course of my life, that's always seeped into me from his stories of his past. So yes, I think the imagination is there in every role. You always try and push to see, how you can shake yourself free of the things that you've always done and find something new. But yeah, I think Anil sir will have more interesting stories about the arms.
Yeah, of course. You see, I want to repeat it again that, of course, first is the great book, fantastic international show, phenomenal writing, Sandeep, Priyanka, all the actors, co-actors, terrific. Couldn't have asked for anything better. And then, of course, then I dived into the, that how will I be able, that ना भी काम ये सब तो हो गया. अब अभी खुद काम करना पड़ेगा, मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. And then, of course, I started working. So everybody has got his own way of, building the character, emotionally, spiritually, physically, his voice, his body language. तो वो धीरे धीरे उसको टाइम लगता है, उसको वक्त लगता है. रात को नींद नहीं आती, रात को सपने में आता है. फिर आप एक बार पढ़ते हो, फिर 200 बार पढ़ते हो, 300 बार पढ़ते हैं, फिर आप उसको बैठ के वही लाइंस को मैं लिखता हूँ, फिर मैं मांझता हूँ उसको, फिर मैं उसकी वॉइस रिकॉर्डिंग करता हूँ, फिर मैं राइटर को भेजता हूँ, फिर मैं डायरेक्टर को भेजता हूँ, फिर उन लोग मेरी आवाज़ सुनते हैं, फिर बोलते हैं ऐसा होना चाहिए, वैसा होना चाहिए, फिर मैं फिल्में देखता हूँ, फिर मैं सोचता हूँ, फिर इमेजिन करता हूँ. And it's a process which just goes on and on and on, and it's as Tilotma said, it's so much fun, and that's what we live for, and that gives us जो खुशी जो ना क्या, what do you do to de-stress yourself? And I feel for me acting is my biggest distress. अगर मुझे de-stress करना है, मुझे खुश होना है, मुझे I want to look my best, I want to feel my best, मुझसे एक्टिंग करवा लो, उससे उसके बारे में बात करा दो, कुछ मुझे किसी की परफॉर्मेंस देख लो. तो इसके इर्द गिर्द जितने लोगों ने काम किया था, इस किस्म का काम, इस किस्म की बॉडी लैंग्वेज, इस किस्म कहीं दूर से भी, तो मैं जहाँ से भी कहीं दुनिया की कोई भी फिल्म है, कोशिश करता हूँ कि मैं देख सकूँ. और आजकल तो हम जब हमने करियर शुरू किया तो हमको पुणे जाना पड़ता था फिल्में देखने के लिए, बिकॉज there was the archives. We used to go there and watch all the great films of Kurosawa and Ray Saab and all those films, because they were not really available. But today everything is available on the tip of the finger. So you can do a lot of research, and that's the reason you can see such phenomenal work today of all the actors, Indian actors. The UK, they are on par with all the world-class actors, and of course I was unfortunate that I couldn't do much of theatre. And that's my only regret कि मैं थिएटर नहीं कर सका. मैंने मेरे ख्याल से 2 प्ले किए हैं, काश मैं और प्लेस कर सकता, because that also is a great experience to be live in front of the audience and perform in front of them. So that's one of my bucket list. कि मेरी दोस्ती जो फिरोज़ अब्बास खान से भी हुई थी, हमने वो फिल्म बनाई गांधी माँ फादर, पर हमारी दोस्ती इसलिए होती कि हम प्ले करना चाह रहे थे एक साथ में, मगर वो प्ले तो रह गया. मगर so these are the things you keep on doing. So कभी कभी you do a role, you prep it like a play, you know, जैसे थिएटर में कैसे करेंगे आप, तो बोलते रहो, फिर वो जब लाइंस कैरेक्टर उसको फिर भूल जाओ जब सेट पर आते हैं, फिर डायरेक्टर, यू बिकम लाइक अ क्ले एंड यू गो एंड सरेंडर योरसेल्फ टू द डायरेक्टर एंड द डायरेक्टर मोल्ड्स यू द वे ही वांट्स इट, एंड देन बिकॉज यू हैव प्रेप्ड सो मच, देन आपको वो जहाँ लेके जाना चाहता है वो ले जा सकता है, उतार नीचे ले जाओ, थोड़ा अंडर प्ले करो, थोड़ा लाउड करो, थोड़ा ऐसा करो, थोड़ा ऐसी लाइंस बोलो, ऐसी बॉडी लैंग्वेज करो, इसके साथ ऐसा रिएक्ट करो, ये इसका कैरेक्टर है, इसके साथ आप ऐसे बात नहीं कर सकते हैं. तो इसमें इट्स लाइक एन ओशन, you know, I can go on and go on and on, but everybody has different ways of you know, getting life into something which has been written in words, to get it to look, and people can relate and empathize with that character, either they hate him or like him or love him or whatever it is. So it's and then sometimes, and you're blessed with certain face, you're blessed with certain eyes, you're blessed with certain voice. कभी आपकी आवाज़ कमज़ोर है तो आप अपने आवाज़ पे काम करते हैं, आपकी आंखें छोटी हैं, जैसे मेरी आंखें छोटी थी तो कैसे एक्सप्रेस करूँगा, मेरे बाल बहुत ज़्यादा थे, बॉडी लैंग्वेज, यू नो, कितनी चीज़ें थी, बॉडी ज़बरदस्त नहीं थी, तो यू जस्ट कीप ऑन वर्किंग ऑन ऑल योर माइनस पॉइंट्स एंड ट्राई टू इम्प्रूव योर सेल्फ एज मच एज यू कैन. So it's I don't think one lifetime is enough for me to really, you know, really be able to do. There's so much to be done, so much to learn, and so much to look forward to in my life. Yeah.
Aditya, here, this side. My question, this is Aina from Instant Bollywood. My question to you is, the last time we spoke was during Om, and you were shooting for Night Manager and Gumrah that year. As an actor, how difficult does it become for you to maintain a different essence of each character, especially when something like a Night Manager, you know, your character over there demands you to have certain nuances?
Yeah, I think it's all in the writing, and if you're lucky enough to come upon something that has been written well, I think there's more than enough there to kind of draw from. Yeah, I think it's also about the choices, and it's up to you to pick things that don't feel very similar as well, which is something I try to do. But I always find that once you get to the heart of it, and if it's written well, you'll always find a different person in there, and it's up to you to be kind of conscious of trying to not make the same choices as an actor, trying to not, you know, fall back on the same. We all have a toolbox that we kind of go to when things get tough, and to not kind of resist reaching in for that thing that is tried and tested, you know, even when you're shooting. Yeah, so it's really about being honest with yourself, being conscious when you're looking at new material, to try and find a new way into it. But yeah, if you're doing your homework and something's well written, you'll always find a new character there. And obviously, if you have the great people to collaborate with, and someone, for example, in this case, it was Sandeep, who had such a clear idea of you know, the world and what he was going for. I think. Yeah, I think then you make things easier to not kind of repeat yourself.
And I think somewhere, if I can add, when you see something good on, you know, when you see such a good team and good, everything is positive, आपको एक sense तो हो जाता है, तो फिर आप ज़्यादा मेहनत करते हैं. You know, then if you don't, and there are certain times people don't take this opportunity, and they miss out on this opportunity. So I feel everybody got this opportunity in this film, in this show, and they've grabbed it with both hands and did their best to their capacity. And now it's up to you all to decide कि जो हमने कोशिश की है और दिल से किया, क्योंकि चीज़ अच्छी थी, और क्योंकि अच्छी थी तो सबने दिल से काम किया, सबने अपना आज मतलब कि, you know, we all are here because we are proud of what we have done, we are happy with what we have done. Otherwise, you know, why should इतने सब इकट्ठे होते नहीं हैं? Very, very tough. Today everybody is very busy, everybody has got so much to do. But when you know that you've done something really special, at least what you feel, what actually we feel, and we've done it with a lot of purity and a lot of honesty, with all this, you know, क्योंकि international show है तो expectations हैं, उसके साथ उसको compare करेंगे, वो हमारी responsibility है कि ऐसा ना हो कि लोग बोले नहीं यार उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा किया और आपने नहीं किया. So we worked even harder. हमारे पास वो budgets हैं नहीं, you know, the kind of budgets. And of course, over there, the actors are definitely very, 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 they're so well trained. The training over there is unbelievable. All the theatre actors, all have done courses and are brilliant actors like you, Laurie, and Tom. They both are all both absolutely very seasoned theatre actors. You know, done a lot of theatre, done a lot of work. You must have seen them only in these kind of films, but उन्होंने बरसों से काम कर रहे हैं उन लोग, बहुत काम किया उन्होंने, and including the she's an Oscar winner, you know, and look, you know, you're getting into her shoes. It's not so easy. Then of course Sandeep is the director. She's also an Oscar winner. Susanna, you know, and of course she's won an Oscar, and so डर तो लगता है यार, इन लोग सब ने किया और अभी यहाँ हमको जूते नहीं पड़ जाए, you know. And when people come and say that, there are a lot of people who come and they've said that it's on par, or some people obviously they're ज़्यादा तारीफ कर रहे हैं, don't take them so seriously. यार उससे better भी है. A lot of people have said that also कि यार ये थोड़ा एक चीज़ें उसमें हैं जो हमने ज़्यादा कनेक्ट किया है इसके साथ, you know, इस शो के लिए. That makes you feel good. So that's what it is, and I think that's what the reason he says कि obviously हम सब बोल रहे हैं पेपर पे, but पेपर पे है मगर मेहनत भी बहुत की आदित्य ने इस पिक्चर में he's really worked very very hard, you know, he's really worked hard. I you know, and I could see his dedication and his honesty, and he was so earnest, and he, you know, कि जो मेरा capacity मैं अपना best देता हूँ, you know, I'll do my best, and of course there's a lot of room of improvement for all of us. कि we in future will do even better work, and whatever the opportunity we got, we all have tried to do you know, our best, and I can say that about Aditya and Sobhita के बारे में क्या बोलूँ, वो तो मैं बहुत तारीफ कर ही चुका हूँ उनके बारे में. हाँ
Good afternoon.
हाँ, she's so beautiful यार, मेरी नज़र ही नहीं हट रही है. She's so attractive.
Yes.
She's so beautiful. She's how beautiful she's looking. Isn't she looking nice? Great.
Yes.
हाँ.
Yes.
मैं फ्लर्ट नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं ऐसे ही
Good afternoon, Team Night Manager. To your right, straight. Yeah. Good afternoon. My name is Vijay Lakshmi. I'm from Free Press Journal. My question is to Sobhita, and I have to agree with Anil, sir. It's very hard to take our eyes off you every time you come on screen. And as Kaveri in The Night Manager, it's a very glamorous role and possibly your boldest role by far. But you have always been that ever since you made your debut with Raman Raghav, and it's been 7 years, exactly 7 years of you in the business. Sobhita is someone who has gone on record to admit that you battled with confidence and esteem issues in the past, you know, as a young girl when you were growing up. What do you tell yourself when you have to play characters that you usually do in your films and shows? Because these are very bold, unabashed, unapologetic women that you portray on screen. But what's your process? What do you tell yourself? How do you bring yourself to that mind space?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry about having come late. Apologies. Actually, the word battle is very strong. Sure, I grew up thinking that, okay, maybe I'm not the coolest kid on the block, and that's okay. I don't think it's so much oh, I was struggling with it, or I was battling confidence issues. I don't think it was so steep. But I guess sometimes some of the things you say, they come out in print sounding way more aggressive. Sure, I was nerdy, and I was a very geeky kid. So for me, I just didn't think that I would naturally belong in this world because it was just so fantastical. But through the course of my career, 7 years, like you mentioned, I've had the chance to play a variety of parts. Some pretty looking characters, some not, and I think so much is also about connecting with their conflict. When you understand what they're struggling with, or what the character is really dealing with, what are her circumstances, and you focus on that, there's a certain authenticity that comes in. And whatever, and I think I've not always played parts that are supposedly good looking or whatever. And confidence, I think, is not a destination. It's a journey. On some days you feel great. On some days you feel a bit low. Some days I feel like my merit has been validated by some bright minds like you guys, and I feel great. And on some days I'm like, shit, my life is over. I think it's okay. It's a journey. I'm very fortunate that filmmakers put their faith in me, and they give me parts that are as glamorous, as intense. It's really a pleasure. I am not burdened by it. This has really been a privilege.
Anil sir, being in the industry in the last 40 years, you have done incredible role. But since 2021, there is a phase in the industry where the big films are not working, and you are part of the industry. And so, what are the few things that?
Please, can you repeat it again?
मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि हिंदी में सीधा बोलता हूँ कि पिछले 2 सालों से कोविड के बाद से स्पेशली एक ऐसा फेज़ आया है बॉलीवुड में जहाँ फिल्में बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं चल रही है, और जो इक्का दुक्का फिल्में चल रही वो भी ऐसी चल रही जो नॉर्मल फिल्में नहीं होती है ना. तो मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ आपसे, क्या एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो ऑडियंस थिएटर्स में नहीं जा रही है, और क्यों बहुत ज़्यादा फिल्में फ्लॉप होती जा रही है? तो मैं चाहता हूँ आपका कुछ अगर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू इस पे, कि ऑडियंस का टेस्ट चेंज हुआ है, क्या हुआ है? आई थिंक आई नीड यू आंसर फॉर दैट.
ठीक, इसी ये मंच जो है नाइट मैनेजर के लिए, तो ये इस पे आई एम अ वेरी पॉजिटिव पर्सन. तो मैं बिकॉज इतने सालों से काम कर रहा हूँ, और मेरे पिताजी भी इस फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में, तो कम से कम 60 साल हो गए कि मुझे जब से इस फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के बारे में बातचीत और फिल्में और एक्टर्स और डायरेक्टर्स और चलना ना चलना, ये सिलसिला तो चलता है, काफ़ी सालों से चल रहा है. तो कभी एक पैच आता है जब 2 साल के लिए ऐसी फिल्में नहीं चलती हैं, फिर लोग बोलते हैं कि इंडस्ट्री बंद हो रही है, ये प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. ये कम से कम मैं ही अपने करियर में 5-6 बार देख चुका हूँ, और ऐसा कभी होता नहीं है, ना होगा. ये जैसे हर इंसान के लाइफ में होता है उतार चढ़ाव, बिजनेस में भी होता है उतार चढ़ाव, और कभी उतार होगा कभी चढ़ाव होगा. एंड तो मैं इसको पॉजिटिवली लेता हूँ कि क्योंकि इस कोविड के वक्त में मुझे लगता है लोगों ने समझने की कोशिश की है कि और मेहनत करें और अच्छी फिल्में बनाएं, और आने वाली फिल्में देखना बहुत बढ़िया होंगी और अच्छी होंगी, क्योंकि आदमी हर ज़्यादा सीखता है. जब ऐसे सिचुएशन होती है तो ज़्यादा सीखता है, और जो नहीं सीखेगा वो फिर ही हैज़ टू पे अ प्राइस. बट आई थिंक पीपल हु आर सिंसियर एंड ऑनेस्ट विद देयर वर्क एंड हु नो देयर जॉब, हु नो देयर क्राफ्ट, उनके लिए बिल्कुल प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. उनको काम मिलता ही रहेगा और फिल्में चलती रहेंगी, और जब अच्छी फिल्म देंगे तो ऑडियंस आएगी और फिल्म देखेगी, और आपने देखा और आप देखते रहेंगे.
Hi Anil sir, this is Toshiro from Radio Mirchi.
Where are you?
Here sir, here. So, sir, my question to you was, you have been a part of the industry for nearly 4 decades now, and
अरे 4 से ज़्यादा हो गया यार. 4 मैंने वो 7 दिन को 4 decades हो गए.
So, you have worked in various different forms of entertainment, and now you have also joined the night manager in the OTT space. I just wanted to know, what do you think about the emergence of OTT as a platform, not only for viewers but also for actors and the filmmakers?
This is not my first, I've done it almost, कितने साल हो गए भाई? 24 को कितने साल हो गए? 8-9 साल तो हो ही गए. तो उस वक्त जब किया था वो डेफिनेटली वॉज डन फॉर टेलीविजन, मतलब वो तो ब्रॉडकास्ट हुआ था, और वो OTT पे भी रिलीज हुआ था. सो OTT का सिलसिला और ये जो छोटे पर्दे का सिलसिला, एंड डूइंग एनीथिंग विच द अपॉर्चुनिटी आई गॉट, मैंने कभी ये नहीं सोचा कि ये OTT के लिए या ये टेलीविज़न के लिए या बड़े पर्दे के लिए. मेरे लिए ये है कि जो मेरा डायरेक्टर है, जो राइटर है, जो मेरी ऑडियंस है, उनको खुश होना चाहिए. और मुझे बिल्कुल कोई आई थिंक it's like a renaissance at the moment, you know. It's the best time for all of us कि ये OTT का दौर जो शुरू हुआ है और जो काम का दौर जो शुरू हुआ है, इतना सारा काम है सबके लिए और इतना अच्छा काम हो रहा है और फिल्में भी बनेंगी. एंड मुझे कोई ज़्यादा बस OTT में ये होता है कि जैसे कि मैं शोभिता ही कह रही थी कि कभी कभी OTT में ये एडवांटेज होता है, टेलीविज़न पे जो हम लोग बड़े शोज़ करते हैं जिसमें एपिसोड्स होते हैं, कहानी लंबी होती है, यू गेट मोर अपॉर्चुनिटी टू प्ले द कैरेक्टर in a much more, you can, you know, make it a little more detailed and you get more time to develop your character and for storytelling, and it's great fun. उसका एक अलग ही मज़ा है काम करने का और कभी कभी ज़्यादा भी मज़ा आता है, you know, फिल्मों से ज़्यादा मज़ा आता है इस पे काम करने का. मुझे at least I've enjoyed doing 24 and Night Manager much more than a lot of my films I've done. So, गलत लो, मेरे से मत पूछिए सवाल. मुझे तो सब सेम लगता है. बस जाना है और काम करना है, ये यू नो एंटरटेन होना है, चाहे छोटे पर्दे पे देखो बड़े पर्दे पे देखो. आई जस्ट यू नो एज लॉन्ग एज मैं सेट पर रहूँ और काम करता रहूँ और यू नो और संदीप आए मेरी लाइफ में और शोभिता ऑपोजिट हो, तिलोत्मा हो, रवि बेल से कभी कभार मैं कुछ चीज़ें ले लूँ और आदित्य के साथ और काम करूँ और आप लोग आएँ और आप लोग मुझसे 40 साल से सवाल कर रहे हैं और सवाल अगले 10 साल और करते रहें और 10 चलो 20 साल
मोर है क्या सर?
हाँ
20-25 सर का फेवरेट डायलॉग है शूट में, कुछ भी एक टेक बोलते सर एक टेक ले लें, बोलते 20-25 लेंगे, एक क्यों लेंगे. सो 20-25 सर का तकिया कलाम है हमारे लिए.
Done. Can we do a photo op? चलिए.